Welcome back to Usapang Bayan at kasama po natin ngayong gabi ang ating guest na aking kaibigan na si former DILG Secretary Raffy Alunan, who is going to run for the Senate. Raffy, alam mo marami tayong issues na napapag-usapan at kuminsan marami rin sa ating kababayan ay hindi naiintindihan ang mga issues na ito. At ang nasa isip ko nga ngayon ay yung sinasabi natin na federalism. At pangalawa ho ay yung build at yung in connection with that, how we were planning to fund it through the train law, which many people have started criticizing. No? So, can you tell us a little more about first yung sa ating federalism? Ano ho ba ang pagkaintindi niyo dyan? At ano ho ba ang nakikita niyong good or bad things about it?
Okay, well, first of all, na kompleto na ng committee that was formed by President Digong to look into the amendments to the Constitution and the issue of federalism. At ito ay nasubmit na sa kanya a few months ago. Kaya lang, maraming nagtataka after that submission, bakit na-deadma yung communications doon? No? And the reason pala is because gusto nilang palipas muna yung panahon where hanggang Mayo, no? So that they have a clear field of fire when they undertake strategic communications. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Iikot yung pamalaan and they'll do a deep dive all the way down to the barangay level to inform the public about the different aspects of federalism. Para that way, walang sagabal or walang interference, no, sa kanilang proseso. Sa ngayon, ang dami mga issues eh. Tapos may eleksyon pa. So talagang masasapawan kung papasok yung federalismo ngayon. So tina-timing nila. At very important yung next 3 years when the moment they undertake the communications and consultations sa baba. Sapagkat sa kasalukuyan, there are very few people, less than 30%, who are aware of federalism. Okay? But secondly, even less who are aware of how to make it work. Kasi hindi lang yung lilipat lang tayo, lulukso tayo from presidential to federal without knowing how to make it succeed. So ano ba yung roles and responsibilities natin bilang opisyal ng gobyerno o bilang mamamayan? How do you make it work? Anong modelo that will best suit our culture, ang kultura natin? Kasi hindi naman pwedeng i-transplant yung isang sistema ng ibang bansa dito sa Pilipinas.
Are you in favor of federalism or you are against it?
I have no problem with federalism. My problem is whether we know how to make it work. Because what's important is that whatever we adopt will work for the benefit of the Filipino people, no? So very critical sa akin yung information that will be fed to the people that they will have to internalize, George, to make sure na okay, nakakaintindihan tayo, ganito pala yon, and for us to make it work, ito yung responsibilidades natin, no? Ito yung obligasyon natin, itong dapat natin gawin araw-araw, no? Because it will have to be a collaborative effort. Oh. Tingnan mo nangyayari ngayon sa presidential system. Nakawatak-watak tayo. One of the things that is important when we migrate to federalism, yung mindset natin, yung pagbabago ng ating ugali at mindset. If we migrate the same old mindset to the federal system, we are assuring its doom.
So maybe it doesn't need to be changed anymore because if it's just a mindset change, whatever system you can change.
Well, in the present system, there are certain issues. Like for example, I'm a firm believer of having just a unicameral system and a parliamentary system. Because in a parliamentary system, your cabinet, members of the executive branch will be drawn also from the legislature. So may built-in synergy, no? Sa ngayon, we're thinking like two different institutions tapos walang integration, ano? dito at least may built-in integration na. No? So I believe in that.
So that's more efficient.
We're looking for efficiency,
Yes.
cost effectiveness, and how it will benefit the people in the long run.
Kumusta naman po yung pananaw nyo tungkol dun sa build program ng current administration?
Kailangan yung build kasi ang sinasabi natin noon pa na ang laki ng pagkukulang natin sa infrastructure.
Tama po yan.
Hindi magaganahan yung ating mga potential investors na dalhin ang pera nila dito, ang kapital nila, tapos malulugi lang naman or they will become uncompetitive compared to if they put their money in other countries where infrastructure is complete, no?
Yes.
And which will reduce the cost of doing business and which will improve the ease of doing business, no? So yung communications infrastructure, yung information infrastructure, of course, yung physical infrastructure like roads, bridges, no? Even our defense infrastructure and public safety infrastructure. Ang daming pagkukulang. And all of this contribute to making the country less competitive and less attractive to foreign investors. Kaya hanggang ngayon, despite our intention to invest in infrastructure, dahil sa hindi pa nangyayari, yung mga investments may pumupunta pa rin sa ibang lugar. No? So it's important for us to really settle down, fix all the issues that are getting in the way of build, no? So that we can accelerate the program of national development.
Ano naman ho ang masasabi nyo on how they are planning or how they are funding this build program dun sa sinasabi nila the train law will do it, and then the proposed trabaho bill will make sure that we have more jobs.
There are three aspects here. Because build requires a lot of money. So one, we will have to generate our own funds, no? So that's where train comes in, because it's meant to generate more revenues, which will be used for build. Pero kulang pa rin yon. No matter how we try to raise taxes, the cost of build will be much more than our capability of raising taxes and collecting from them. So we will have to borrow. At the same time, we will also have to depend on what we call official development assistance, no?
ODA.
Mga ODA, mga long-term loans yan with concessional interest rates, no? Japan is coming in big with 9 billion. China is coming in big but offering loans. And these loans are in the form of commercial loans rather than
ODA.
And therefore, between ODA and commercial loans, less attractive.
Mahal yung commercial eh.
Kasi napakamahal. Ano? And even if China is offering a lot, I don't know what number you're aware of, but umaabot ng plus 20 billion dollars, no? In terms of loans, mahal masyado. And that's why mahina ang approval dito sa Pilipinas, pati na rin sa China, sapagkat yung paghihimay ng mga loan agreements, no, is really taking quite some time. There is resistance to the onerous, what is seen as onerous commercial terms, but there's also what we call absorptive capacity. Yung bürokrasiya ng China at ating bürokrasiya, many of them don't understand what this is all about, kaya tumatagal yung proseso. Tumatagal.
But what can you say na, bakit kailangan natin utangin? Ang dami naman natin project na nagawa na in the past, like yung public-private partnerships na pwede naman na ipaubaya na lang natin sa private sector, and then, they charge us the fees or tolls and things like that.
That is definitely an option, no? That is definitely an option, but that's something that has to be studied very carefully, kasi here we're talking about vital infrastructure, or for that
So may
matter,
security issues that it has to be strategic issues.
Strategic infrastructure. So, as far as I'm concerned, strategic infrastructure should be within
the
Filipino
hands.
hands, no? Especially government hands. No?
Right.
Yung vital infrastructure can be PPP, Philippine government, Philippine private sector, and in some cases, as if the negative list excludes them, then you can bring in private.
Well, Rafi, we're
foreign
almost
private.
at the tail end of our program, no? And maybe I'd like to give you a few minutes to talk directly to the ating mga kababayan para ipaabot naman sa kanila na yung mga bagay na kailangan nila malaman para naman pagdating sa botohan, mailagay nila yung pangalan mo doon.
Ay, maraming salamat, George. Actually, ako ay bumabalik sa serbisyo dahil sa nakita ko na the situation calls for all Filipinos to help in the process of nation building. All hands on deck tayo. Nakikita ko na naiiwanan tayo ng mundo sapagkat tayo ay watak-watak. Sila naman ay nagkaisa na. So very, very important sa aking agenda is to help in the process of reuniting the Filipino so that we can push our nation forward. I hope to do that sa legislature. Ako yung nakadaan dumaan na ako sa executive branch. Naintindihan ko na yung mga ginagawa ng executive branch. Alam ko rin yung kailangan gawin sa legislative branch. Kasi nung panahon namin, nung ako ay nasa DILG, meron kami isang mekanismo na Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council o yung LEDAC. Saan namin pinag-uusapan ang mga policy directions na kailangan ng bansa. At doon, sinasaing yung ang urgent or top priority legislation para matulungan yung executive branch to carry out its mission of pushing the country forward. So, with that understanding and with my prior experience in government, at ako'y nagsilbi ng walang bahid sa aking reputation. I served with integrity, I served with honor. I did not count the hours when I was serving you as your Secretary of Interior and Local Government. I put my life on the line many times in my anti-crime, anti-terror, and anti-insurgency campaigns. So my life as a public servant has been one of sincere service to Inang Laya and to Juan de la Cruz. At ako ay naniniwala that in trying to forge unity, together with members of the House and the Senate and the executive branch and other branches of the government, including and especially local governments, ako ay naniniwala that with critical mass, kayang-kaya natin ito. Kayang-kaya pagsama-sama. Maraming salamat po.
Well, Rafi, you might want to take this opportunity that if some people want to help out or do volunteer work, how can they get hold of you or your campaign office?
Okay. Well, we're still putting
Mobilizing?
together. We're still putting together our office nationwide, our organization. As soon as we're able to do that, then we can post it.
Publicize.
We will publicize it.
Very good. So,
But in the meantime, if they want to volunteer, they can contact me through Facebook.
Facebook. O, yun. Alam niyo naman yung pangalan niya. So, i-Facebook na lang, no? So, I guess that ends our program for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Rafi, and good luck on your campaign to become a senator.
Thank you, George. Maraming salamat.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.
Maraming pong salamat sa ating mga tagapanood. At please like us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Usapang Bayan. And please stay tuned for our future episodes. This is your host, George Chua. Thank you again.